How's it going today, guys? We're finally back after a little while.
Like a month vacation.
I know. Episode 4, finally. We're getting it underway. Hope everybody's good. Ramadan Mubarak to everybody. Yusuf, got anything to say?
Nothing much. Just it's been a really boring conference final, so hopefully we can lighten the mood a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the first round was definitely everybody loved the first round. We thought the playoffs were going to be crazy good, but so far it's just been a lot of blowouts. So I mean, it's been all blowouts so far in the conference finals.
Both sides. It's just you can't really even watch it.
So far we're recording when it's what is it? It's 12-0 now for the
Houston scored the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's sad, to be honest. To think that you get two players, Harden and Paul, to bring you this far, and yet they can't.
No, I always had a bad feeling about Houston when they were finally going to get matched up with Golden State. I don't know. Right now it's 14-7. Okay, but I don't know. Houston just always seemed to me like that team that had that really good regular season, but it was cute for anybody to think that Golden State would not be able to just take this team apart.
Yeah, that was my fault. I always thought,
Yeah, throwback to episode 3 where...
Man, honestly, I really wanted to see...
the Pels winning everything.
Yeah, because that would have been so cool to see. Come on. But, yeah, the Warriors they became the Warriors again. They're clearly going to win the championship again. Rockets, they're not stopping them. And it looks like Cavs probably going to pull out, and they're not going to stop them either. So
yeah, just to toot my own horn here, I was the voice of reason last episode where I made sure to let everyone know that Golden State was probably going to lose about 2 more games before the playoffs were done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So far, they've lost one of those 2 games, and I don't see them losing any more to the Cavs.
It's going to be 2 gentlemen sweeps, and then
yeah, because today it looks like they're going to win already.
Yeah, Kevin Durant's ruined basketball.
Yeah.
But let's move on. We've got some big-time lottery news. For those who don't know, I'm a big Phoenix Suns fan, and I may be a little impartial here, but Phoenix has not had a number 1 pick in the history of their franchise, and I thought for sure we were dropping to 4th. So this was just... it
was a big moment.
I couldn't believe it.
One shining moment.
I really, really, really wanted a top 2 pick. So when I saw that Memphis dropped to 4 and that Atlanta went 3, I was really, really happy. Now I'm kind of upset because I kind of wish we got number 2 because I feel like we're going to screw it up. We're going to take the guy who's not as good.
Honestly, there's a lot of pressure at being number 1.
I know.
There's so much pressure.
I don't want to take Greg Oden when Kevin Durant goes number 2.
Exactly, and you don't want to take what was it, D-Rose?
D-Rose, who went 2 in that draft? D-Rose went 1, right?
No. Anthony Bennett and Oladipo.
Yeah. Oladipo took a while, but
but still, at this moment right now.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to miss out on. Well, on the flip side, you also don't want number 2 because what if there's that Ben Simmons and you get stuck with a Brandon Ingram?
That's true. Yeah. Hey, relax. Brandon Ingram's gonna have a career season next season, and we all know that.
No, but this was a good year to suck for my team because you've got. It looks like you've got 2 players who've sort of separated themselves from everybody else.
Yeah, so far it looks like Ayton and Doncic have definitely... I mean, Doncic's coming off a European championship this past weekend.
To win the MVP,
finals MVP,
crazy
champion. Yeah,
he's won every accolade that he could have this year, all at 19. What's crazy is when I look at that Real Madrid team plays, they've got all these old. NBA sort of washouts, but they're in their 30s.
Yeah. And
Luka's in control of that team. He's their leader. Right? Mm-hmm. He'll call you out if you commit a turnover. And the kid's
he's only 19. Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy.
He's only 19.
But if we're thinking about where Phoenix might go, what direction they might go in, to me, I think the pick should be Luka Doncic, just because. I'm looking at the future of the NBA here, and whenever I'm in a position to make a sort of pick like this, something that I would like to do is see where and could this player play in like the playoffs right now? Like, could they be on a team right now in the finals, in the conference finals?
Mm.
When I look at Golden State, Houston, you know what I mean? These types of teams, I don't see like how you could have a big man on the floor in the fourth quarter against these guys. He's not going to be able to switch, you know what I mean? So I think the future in the NBA is with wings who are versatile. Granted, Luka doesn't have like the greatest athleticism, and his defense really needs some work.
Yeah.
But he's kind of like a surreal passer if you like actually sit back and watch the tape. Great court vision. He's a 6'8" wing who's can act like a primary ball handler. He's the primary ball handler on the best team and the second best league in the world right now. So I feel like that would be something where if you're looking at value and if you're looking at the future, if you compare him with Booker, you got two playmakers on the court. You've got Josh Jackson who might, if he can kind of like upgrade his shooting a little bit, he might be able to blossom into like a two-way player. That's probably where I would go, even though I truly believe that either one of these players is going to be really, really good. So.
Yeah. I really like Doncic too, but I think I don't think he's going to fit well in that system. They like to run the ball. They like coach, to. Though. Still, they're a young. That's a young core players team. You know, they're gonna love to run the ball. I don't think he's gonna be able. He's not gonna be conditioned enough to keep up. He's gonna get tired really quickly. Whereas if they drafted Aiden, that's a versatile big man. If you see him, honestly, I'm gonna get scared if I see him.
That is a good point because Doncic kind of looks a little slow when you watch him, when you're watching the game.
And when you see Aiden, you don't realize how fast he is until like you actually run with him. And this guy is crazy big. He's very skilled too. He's actually like, comparing him to like Anthony Davis. He's not as great in the defensive end, whereas Anthony Davis averaged 4.7 blocks in Kentucky, and he's averaging 2.3 at Arizona. But on the offensive end, Aiden is like killing Anthony Davis on the stats there, where he's 20 and 11, and AD was like 14 and 10. So,
but he's got kind of like an old school game. You know, a lot of the comparisons have been David Robinson. He really likes getting the ball down low and kind of working his way out from there. Do you think that like you could win?
I think because I think with Devin Booker on the wing, and let's say Josh Jackson improves his three, Warren's a good shooter. All you gotta do is kick it inside. If you can't find anything, then kick it back out and shoot the three.
What about when teams start playing the pick and roll with you?
I think Aiton's.
I think switch.
Yeah, I think Aiton's versatile enough to switch. I think he's. I mean, the Arizona team was a good team. They played in the Pac-12, which was full of quick guards and a fast-paced offense. So he's coming from a conference and experience of where there's fast guards and fast people to keep up with. So I'm sure he's gotten that experience. He's been versatile enough. And granted, Arizona didn't go far this postseason for the tournaments because they did have a lot of problems. I forgot who they lost to, but they did have a lot of external problems that was a cloud over their team. So that's not fair to really degrade his stock because of that. But I think Ayton would be the better pick instead of Doncic.
But here's the thing: when you're looking at a number one pick, you're probably thinking, okay, this person should be able to be potentially the best player on a championship team, right?
Yeah.
So if we look at the past few championship winners, who among them have like that dominant big? You know what I mean? You got Golden State, who they just rotate in and out.
Yeah.
Cleveland didn't have anybody. To me,
the last time we got to go back to like Miami and Chris Bosh.
And even that's like it's not this type of like dominant like he needs the ball. You know what I mean?
Probably Spurs and Tim Duncan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So to me, I think that unless you're seeing like a shift, like you know how we went from like the big man super dominant to like now we're in like positionless basketball. Unless it shifts back, I think that the value pick would probably be go Doncic because Doncic, even though right now he's shooting 31 from three. He's a plus free throw shooter. I think it's like 80%, and the free throw percentage has been shown to be a more reliable indicator of a player's shooting in the NBA. If you can add shooting, if you can add ball handling, if you can add passing, all of these things are a little bit more valuable than having that like traditional big in the post. I mean, look, even this year, in that Boston Philadelphia series.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, there were like a lot of outliers, like difference in youth, difference in experience, difference in coaching. The fundamental difference was that one team was sort of predicated around wings that Danny Ainge drafted, versus you've got like the traditional point and big in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
But also, if we're talking about that series, then we can't forget that Boston definitely outcoached Philly, and also Al Horford played a big role for them too. Whereas, he dominated Joel, to be honest.
Al is not like your traditional big, though.
Yeah, he's not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe like
he's honestly he's like
a modern big.
Yeah, but he's not as quick, and he's a little bit weird, to be honest. Watching Al Horford play is a little weird, but he's definitely a more modern big than Joel Embiid.
And Wendell Carter coming out of Duke, he's getting a lot of Al Horford comparisons.
Oh, so, Wendell Carter, yeah.
Somebody like him could probably be more ready to play in like a playoff series right now than like DeAndre.
But the only thing is that Carter's a little bit slow. I watched a lot of Duke basketball, so yeah, I know he's pretty slow. But honestly, if we're talking about Doncic, then I think he would be a better fit at the Kings.
So you're going 8-1.
Yeah, I'm going 8-1, and then Doncic 2 with the Kings, because I think they already have Fox, and I think that duo would be pretty cool.
You see them playing together?
Yeah, well, I can definitely see them playing together. They already have a good young core with Willie Cauley-Stein in the front, and then they also have Buddy Hield up there too. So maybe this is kind of a stretch.
They got his friend Bogdan there too.
Oh yeah, and Vladi too. He's Serbian, but Serbian and Slovenian. I don't know their relationship, but they're both Europeans. I don't know if they have
both a little part of Yugoslavia once upon a time.
Yeah, so I kind of like that pick there. He would be a perfect fit for them, to be honest, because if you want to take that risk of putting Buddy Hield at the 3 and going really small, then that would be a cool lineup: Fox, Buddy Hield, and Doncic. What about you? What do you think?
So, for me, since I'm going Doncic 1, I'm going 8-2.
Okay, so we're basically just flipped.
Exactly, yeah. And I know that Sacramento's got like this surplus of bigs. They got Scal, they got Willie Cauley-Stein.
Oh yeah, Scal.
But none of those two guys are sort of like that transcendent talent where it's going to dissuade me from taking like DeAndre Ayton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
DeAndre Ayton's something that you could build your franchise around. I see him and De'Aaron Fox sort of matching up a little bit better than I would see sort of like pairing up Fox with Doncic. Because, I mean, if you're pairing up whichever team Luka goes to, he's going to become the primary ball handler, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
So
he's slow, though.
Yeah, he is. But with Fox, it's weird because he's really, really athletic, but he can't really shoot.
Yeah.
So, like, what's his if you've already
he's
got a primary ball handler.
He's good on defense.
Yeah, but, like, let's say you have your ball handler, right? Who do you want to surround him with? You want to surround him with shooters, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of don't really see where Fox would go at that point. But I mean, in your scenario, Doncic just
that's like the Kings could go small and maybe they could pay off. Like, let's say, like, theoretically this is a really bad lineup, but just in theory, if they go Willie Cauley-Stein, Scal, and Doncic, Buddy Hield, and Fox, like, that's not that bad. It's pretty bad, but it's not.
You got two bigs still on the
court. Yeah, but I think Buddy Hield is a good shooter, and then they'll be dominant on the inside, and then they'll be dominant on defense as well. So
the thing is, there was that report that came out earlier this week that if Phoenix passes on Luka Doncic, that Sacramento and Atlanta might pass on him for some domestic talent. So let's say Doncic is off the board for
the Kings.
For the Kings, where do you see them going?
I think they'd go. I think they'd go Bamba, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though they've got Cauley-Stein?
Well, not Bamba, but maybe a big, not a big, like a 4. Yeah, like Bagley. I think Bagley's better. Him or Jaren Jackson. There's also, honestly, there's a lot of forwards in this draft. There's Michael Porter Jr., there's Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, Michael Porter Jr. Everybody's forgetting about him, that back injury. But
there's his brother, Miles Bridges as well. Mikal and Miles. But
yeah, those two are like some like ready-made prospects.
Yeah, they're both really good. And so if they don't go Ayton or Doncic, then I would not be surprised if you see like Michael Porter Jr. getting stepped up. I would not be surprised